Oh, that's not good. That is definitely water flowing into some type of natural body of water. And there's a lot of trash in this water. You know, I'm not gonna think about it. It's just gonna upset me. It's just gonna upset me. Anyway, welcome to Sewer Talk with Kenny. Now, I have brought up my issue with the overuse of AI on YouTube, most notably with AI generated thumbnails. I really can't stand them because they all look the same. Like, the AI tries to make these kind of hyper realistic, very highly detailed faces, a lot of harsh lighting, almost identical fonts, and you can always tell. Crappy, awful looking Photoshop thumbnails will always be better than the best AI generated thumbnail. Look at this, like, grace. I went up here to get the camera. I'm like a mountain goat right now, right? Because they can just kind of, you know, run up on an angle like that. I don't know, is sewer talk better or gutter talk? Welcome to Gutter Talk with Kenny. I think that sounds a little bit better. All right, at the start of the video, I'll have to kind of edit around that. I said sewer talk, I meant gutter talk. Welcome to Gutter Talk with Kenny. Yes, AI generated thumbnails on YouTube, pretty offensive. But what's worse are all these AI generated channels out there, and they use AI generated voiceover that's reading from an AI generated script that's being edited together with AI generated imagery, photos, video, what have you, all AI. It's like so unbelievably lazy to me and so offensive, because there are people that are going out there that are writing scripts, that are filming things, that are editing things all themselves. It was made with actual human hands and thought and heart and intuition and all these things that kind of make us human. That works. That looks cool. Do I look cool with a stick? And that, unfortunately, brings me back to Kyle Pallo. I didn't want to make another video specifically calling him out, but I saw something that he did that offended me on a molecular level. KP recently put out a video talking about how he started a second channel. And the second channel is actually really cool. It's about untold or unheard or underappreciated World War II stories. Kyle's a big World War II fan, and I think that's awesome. I think it's really cool that to have a hobby outside of the theme park bubble and the travel bubble that he spends so much time making videos about. And I think just having a second channel talking about kind of these unheard historical World War II stories is so fascinating to me. I love learning about history and all kinds of underappreciated and overlooked stories. So I think what he is doing with that is a absolutely fantastic idea. He's broadening his creative output. The issue, though, is the very first video he put out is about I believe it was a Polish resistance fighter who was purposely captured by the Nazis and put into a concentration camp, I guess to create some type of, breakout in the concentration camp.
1940, a man walked towards a group of Nazi soldiers during a street roundup in Warsaw and let them catch him on purpose. He wasn't a spy caught in the act. He wasn't unlucky. He planned to be arrested.
It was all just an AI picture slideshow. And I'm glad he at least marked the video saying you created with AI. I'm assuming that even the script that he was reading from, because he provided the narration, I'm assuming the script was AI generated or he just copy and pasted from Wikipedia. I haven't confirmed that yet. If he made AI images like this, I'm assuming that he also did the same when it came to the scripting. At least he did his own VO. Cool, great. All right, so we're back at the edit studio here. And what I did was I took Kyle's video and transcribed it in my editor here. It's got the whole script kind of right there. I took the script right here and Unfortunately, I had to make a little deal with the devil. I went on ChatGPT and I asked it, it's like, hey, did you write this? Did AI write this? Turns out it says yes. I'd say there's a fairly high chance the script was generated by AI or was heavily AI assisted. So not only did he make AI generated images, he had AI more or less write a script. And it's just the epitome of lazy, in my opinion. And here are some of the reasons why ChatGPT thinks his script was written by AI. Number one, repetitive dramatic structure, constant cliffhangers, generic YouTube optimization language, awkward factual phrasing, repetition of ideas. The script also contains good pacing, decent narrative flow, emotional effective transitions, logical chapter progressions. Some odd mistakes. There are numerous errors that don't look intentional. Lots of pronunciation, facts, things like that. AI's estimate. Entirely human written, 20%. Human written with AI assistance, 50%. Mostly AI generated with light editing. So my best guess is that the AI assisted rather than purely AI generated. That is borderline plagiarism in my eyes. Just using AI to really heavily assist you in writing this thing. And it's sad that Kyle has to rely on something like this to help him make a video. I mean, if you're really passionate about something, you really enjoy the subject, then you'll make it. You'll do it yourself. You'll enjoy the process of writing and discovery and editing and all the stuff that comes with making a video. So, almost stabbed myself with a stick. Goodbye, stick. Go with nature. The second offensive thing about this, creating a second channel like this, making and using AI images, AI script potentially, it looks like nothing more than a cash grab. A very quick turnaround, not a lot of effort put into making this thing. It's even more frustrating because in one video he did like a Q&A, like, hey, I'm taking people's questions, and one of the questions was, talking about money and, how much money he makes as a creator. And, he said almost verbatim that he's like Mr. Beast. The money that he brings in, he likes to actually put out.
I'm kind of like Mr. Beast style. Like, I make money and I'm gonna spend money, but I also am really good at saving money. It's just like, you obviously gotta save money, but then you also need to spend money to make money. It's a real interesting kind of concept. I genuinely believe if you invest in whatever your business is, it'll reap the benefits.
If you are taking that approach, hire editors or graphic design artists or people that can make these images for you, because then you're actually doing that. You're actually supporting a creative field. You're putting your money where your mouth is, and you're making something. So it helps everybody. And you might end up losing some money at the start of it, but then down the road, you could end up making a lot of money, and you have hired somebody else, and you're working with people, you're collaborating, you're expanding your business, all these things, right? And so finally, the most offensive part about all this is that the story that he told was extremely important, and it deserved to have the proper tender love and care put into it. And AI imagery is the exact opposite of that. It almost felt like Kyle didn't truly care about this subject. He may actually, but to me it read as though he didn't, because he used this very sloppy, quick, just throw it together AI imagery, all this like garbage, right? As a storyteller, as a visual storyteller, documentary filmmaker, YouTuber, whatever you want to label me as, I like to be very careful about how I tell stories and what items that I use to tell the stories. We all know that there are loads of images, archival footage, newsreel footage, pictures, just all these things are available online for us to see. And using those real images of World War II and concentration camps and the awful, terrible things that Nazis did, it will help honor the people that actually lost their lives, because you are truly telling their story. You are showing the real atrocities and trying to emphasize that we can't let this happen again. At least that's, maybe I might be overthinking it a little bit, but that's, to me, how I would have approached telling a story like this. Using AI imagery of people in concentration camps also could, and I apologize, this could maybe be me overthinking this way too much. It could also negate the actual impact of these historical elements, because there's already people out there questioning and attacking history, and they're like, well, you know, this stuff was made with AI, this isn't real. I'm like, well, no, it was real. And when you don't use real people to show real events, that becomes a very problematic, slippery slope in a way. And yes, of course, these events they're hard to talk about, they're hard to show, but it's important to show them. There may not be a lot of images of this Polish resistance fighter. I'm pretty sure with a quick Google search, I can at least see 1 or 2 images of the real man, right? And what he could have done was, you know, okay, there's gonna be situations where he's not gonna have the exact specific thing to visually show when he's talking about it in the script, right? Like, you know, he's getting together and meeting with people at a concentration camp. They're trying to organize a breakout of some kind. We're not going to have specific images of that. But with the use of real imagery, with the use of, you know, an actual picture of this person, even with just generic stock footage filmed with actual human beings, you could have gotten this point across very easily. Now, it may not have looked exactly how you wanted it in your brain, but it would have still gotten the point across. And it would have been way more effective to use real pictures, real imagery of the atrocities of this concentration camp. And there may be some people out there being like, well, Kenny, sure, it's really easy to say that now after the fact. Like, you can sit by and just be like, oh, well, he could have done X, Y, and Z. Here's the thing. For those who don't know, I have a second channel called The Back Focus. It is a video essay channel. My creative partner, Brandon, and I, he's an actor. He is the guy that would kind of, back in the day, go for the Jonah Hill type of roles, kind of, you know, glasses, kind of funny best buddy, kind of a little portly. He has been a working actor for several years, and he's always been interested in character actors. So we like talking about movies. We like talking about acting. And I come from a louder, man. I really want to listen to your music. I guess we all have to appreciate your music. Anyway, both Brandon and I love talking about movies. We love making movies. We love acting. We love everything that goes into making movies, right? And luckily, the stories that we tell are about movies, actual visual things that we are fortunate enough to have at our disposal. But, you know, there are a couple moments in our scripts when we don't know what to show. We have absolutely no idea, because it may be an actor talking about a random experience that happened to them behind the scenes or early in life, that there are no pictures. There's nothing showing this. So we're like, well, what do we do? How do we show this? Like, we have it in the script, you know, this actor does this thing and this personal event happened, but we have no visual representation of it. What do we do? That's when we get together and we create something. We make something. Whether it be a reenactment of some kind, or we just find stock footage, or we find movies or films that could potentially look like the thing that we're talking about in a way. And it takes a little bit more, you know, thought processing. That's what I found truly, truly offensive about this video. KP, what are you doing? You have such a great, wonderful story that you are telling, that you are highlighting, that you are showing so many people, and it's ruined with this AI video crap, these AI pictures. It's so bad looking. It's so insulting. I don't have enough words to truly articulate how bad it is. Okay, this is my one bit of advice for anybody out there. If you want to start a channel, you want to tell stories, you want to create things, you want to do this, this, and this, that's awesome. If you want to use AI as a tool to help perhaps research some things, to clarify some things, I do that a lot. When Brandon and I are script writing, yes, we do use AI to kind of help, almost like it's like an assistant editor at times, where we're like, okay, listen, we need to listen to about a 2-hour podcast of Stephen Root talking about something. And we're trying to make a video about Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And he's in that. So we're like, listen to this podcast, AI, and tell me if there's any part in here where he mentions Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And then I'll be like, oh yeah, it happens at this time. Perfect. Then I will listen to it and then determine whether that is a useful bit of information that I can put into our script. So AI is a tool that helps us kind of, in my opinion, cut through the busy work and helps me spend more time creating actual things. And a lot of times it gets it wrong. AI loves getting things wrong. So that's when, if AI does find me something, I'm like, well, wait, where did you get this from? And then I have to check the source and I like read the actual article. I'm like, what are you talking about, AI? That has nothing to do with what I'm trying to find. Yeah, it's a tool, but it's not the tool that you can just, it's not a magic bullet that just, creates whatever. In fact, it shouldn't be creating things. It should just be doing mindless, busy work. So then people can go off and do the real work. And stop jamming AI into freaking everything, companies out there. It's ridiculous. I don't need AI in my freaking refrigerator. Being like, oh, this and that. You're low on eggs. Yeah, I know I'm low on eggs. We can't have eggs right now. Eggs are bad. I want to clarify. I want to apologize to Kyle. Came in a little bit too hot in this video. I'm sorry, but this is important stuff. This is AI, using AI in a creative field like this it's very important to talk about and to make sure that we don't abuse it, especially when we're talking about historical events. And you know what? Maybe this is a good learning exercise for all of us. We can push ourselves creatively and not rely on these lazy tools. I'm not mad at Kyle, I'm just disappointed. I'm mad at AI. I'm mad at the AI images like that. That's what really irks me. That was quite an intense first gutter talk. I apologize. That was I came in real hot at KP.